We aren't talking about ET or Predator here. We're going to discuss some highly debated topics in the alien conspiracy section. You don't have to believe in aliens or even talk about them, but let's face it, we all like a good alien conspiracy story. Today, we'll be looking at some of the biggest and strangest conspiracies of them all. Area 51, the desert base, which is completely closed to the public, has long been the subject of a conspiracy among alien enthusiasts and UFOlogists, those who look for UFOs. They believe there's a well-guarded underground lab somewhere among Area 51's enormous desert acreage where the government keeps and researches captured alien aircraft, possibly even aliens themselves. Over the years, pop culture has fully mythologized the idea that Area 51's military base is a cover for alien study, and it's become an established component of alien lore. However, those expecting to see parked flying saucers and green alien bodies spread out on cold metal tables would be disappointed for two reasons. The first is that local officials are unlikely to allow anyone near the Nevada site. The nation's overhead surveillance program, and perhaps nothing else, is housed at Area 51 also. It was here, beginning in the 1950s, that some of the most important spy planes in American history were built, tested, eventually sent out on missions. Experts believe it'll continue to be a research and development area for the Air Force and U.S. intelligence services. They create the next generation of aircraft and other weapons of war. It's no surprise then that Area 51 secrets are so securely concealed. However, the paucity of information regarding what happens at Area 51 has given rise to several tales and legends concerning the facility. These illusions have led many Americans to feel that they have the right to know what's going on in the Middle East. When you consider the facts of Area 51's mission, the connection to alien fiction becomes evident. It's important to remember that this isn't just a mysterious military training facility. Area 51 is also used for tactical air maneuvers and counterintelligence, and it's located near a nuclear test site. What are some of the things that are regularly mistaken for UFOs? Military decoy flares, weapons tests, military training operations, and other classified air items. What does Area 51 offer in abundance? All of the aforementioned. Furthermore, a large portion of Area 51's counterintelligence operations are devoted to studying and reverse engineering foreign air technology. Bob Lazar, a whistleblower, claimed a possible link between Area 51 and aliens in an infamous 1989 interview with Las Vegas television station KLAS, making KLAS the first mainstream media outlet to disclose the relationship. However, Lazar felt that the aliens owned the foreign air technology, that Area 51 was solely dedicated to capturing, reverse engineering, and studying alien aircraft and aliens. Before Lazar's interview, rumors about Area 51's link to aliens had been circulating since the publication of Charles Berlitz and William Moore's The Roswell Incident in 1980. The book focused on the 1947 occurrence in Roswell, New Mexico, which mysterious object, dubbed a flying saucer by the media but dismissed as a weather balloon by the military, sparked mild but not frenzied public curiosity. The device was eventually confirmed to be a nuclear surveillance balloon by the government in 1994. Berlitz and Moore's 1980 book, on the other hand, tapped into the occult paranoia of the time by asserting a complicated government UFO cover-up. And while they didn't identify Area 51 specifically, tales of massive, labyrinthine underground military components in the desert began to take shape. The face on Mars. Something strange happened around Mars 25 years ago. When NASA's Viking 1 spacecraft was circling the Earth, taking images of potential landing locations for its sister ship, Viking 2, discovered a shadowy human face from a region of the red planet named Cydonia. A huge head, about 2 kilometers long, looked to be peering back at the cameras. When the face flashed on the mission controller's screen back at the Jet Propulsion Lab, there had to be some astonishment. However, the sensation was fleeting. Scientists assumed it was just another Martian mesa, which is abundant in Cydonia. This one had unique shadows that gave it the appearance of an Egyptian pharaoh. NASA released the photograph to the public a few days later. Large rock structure that resembles a human head, created by shadows, providing the illusion of eyes, nose, and mouth, according to the caption. It would be a good approach to engage the public and draw attention to Mars, the authors reasoned. Since then, the face on Mars has become a pop symbol. It's appeared in Hollywood film, in books, publications, and radio talk shows. And it's even haunted grocery store checkout lines for the past 25 years. Some people believe the face is genuine proof of life on Mars, evidence that conspiracy theorists claim NASA would rather conceal. Meanwhile, advocates of NASA's budget hope Mars had an old old civilization. When the Mars Global Surveyor flew over Cydonia for the first time on April 5, 1998, Michael Malin and his Mars Orbiter camera (MOC) crew took an image 10 times sharper than the original Viking photos, when the image first surfaced on the JPL website revealing a natural landform. Thousands of anxious web visitors were waiting. After all, there was no alien monument. Some theorists still believe it's a sign of alien life, but scientists say otherwise. What are the odds the two don't have the same opinions, right? The Roswell incident. Few instances involving UFO claims have sparked as much interest and debate as the one in Roswell, New Mexico. In the early days of the Cold War, in the summer of 1947, the U.S. Army Air Force issued a shocking press release proclaiming the recovery of a flying disc on a ranch near Roswell. W. Mac Brazel, a rancher in Lincoln County, New Mexico, discovered the wreckage on his large property. Newspapers published articles about the shattered saucer. However, U.S. Army officials swiftly retracted their flying saucer claim, claiming that the wreckage discovered was really from a meteorological balloon. They even went to the trouble of releasing photos of Major Jesse Marcel, a U.S. intelligence officer, posing with alleged weather balloon wreckage as proof. The U.S. Air Force shifted its stance once more in 1994. They issued a report conceding that the weather balloon allegation was false and that the wreckage came from a spy gadget built for Project Mogul, which was still classified at the time. To refute reports that several eyewitnesses saw extraterrestrial bodies being removed from the location, the department said that those were test dummies from the experiment. Years later, Jesse Marcel's son stated that his father carried some of the UFO wreckage home with him, enabling his son to handle the contentious material before transporting it to his base. He stated the material was metallic and had geometric symbols, squares, circles, triangles, pyramids, and the like printed on it. The F-89C jet sent to intercept a UFO that never returned. A blip on the radar where it shouldn't have been. An unidentified object in restricted airspace over Lake Superior, according to the U.S. Air Defense Command, which was monitoring the area near the U.S.-Canadian border. To investigate, an F-89C Scorpion fighter from Truax Air Force Base in Madison, Wisconsin was dispatched. It was piloted by First Lieutenant Felix Moncla and radar observed by Second Lieutenant Robert Wilson, both very experienced U.S. Air Force pilots. Lieutenant Wilson had trouble following the strange object once he was airborne because it kept shifting its trajectory. The pilots were guided by ground radar (GCI), ground-controlled interception. The two radar blips eventually merged into one and disappeared from the radar view of GCI station. Large-scale search and rescue activities were started, but no wreckage or trace of the pilots were ever discovered. The two pilots were never seen again after their intercept operation. Alien lizard people. The political future of America was once again put to a vote in November. But for the millions of Americans who believe in lizard people, this vote meant thwarting a long-running scheme to take over the world. Lizard people are cold-blooded, alien-like reptilians who have the power to shapeshift from human form. According to David Icke, a New Age philosopher and one of the most prominent theorists in the lizard people game, these creatures have had their claws in humankind since ancient times, and the world leaders like Queen Elizabeth, George W. Bush, the Clintons, and Bob Hope are all lizard people. Apart from paranoia, lizard people are said to originate from the constellation Draco, but other theories suggest that reptoids also originate from other constellations like Sirius and Orion. They're basically extraterrestrials. Draco is, of course, the constellation that is said to be fashioned like a dragon, or Draconum, which means great snake in Latin. It's the 8th biggest constellation in the sky. Draco's reptoids are thought to be tall with retractable wings. People say lizard people have been visiting Earth since ancient times and mixing with humans, resulting in additional lizard people and humans with the potential to become lizard people, according to legend. I think it's fair to say that some of the above conspiracies are pretty out of this world crazy. But hey, that's why they're called conspiracies, right? We have barely scratched the surface when it comes to alien conspiracy theories, but we hope you enjoyed the theories we've shared and maybe even learned about a new one. As always, thanks for watching.